Well, game number one's under the belt. What are your reflections?
Our team, we had a few tough breaks out there. Few goals that led in within a couple minutes. At the start of a couple periods there that probably shouldn't have went in and kind of got away from us there. Personally, it's good to be back in after pretty much almost a month sitting off. Felt all right, and I'm sure it'll come, each game of play.
It looked like you had a few chances along the way too. Was that timing or just the bounces of the game?
A bit of bounces. I mean, it's got to just bear down on those, and like I said, it'll come more play, and obviously get confidence. So, just got to keep putting pucks on that. I thought our line generated a couple decent scoring chances when we got the puck in their zone. We were going pretty well, but there were a few too many times that we didn't really. We were kind of up, down, and off instead of establishing something in their zone off a forecheck and playing down there.
Does this loss, Anthony, just take a little something away from Tuesday's win? It just seemed like guys took a step back against tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
I know it's not your call, but that challenge seemed to turn momentum. They scored on the power play, and
it was worth a try. I think it's part of hockey, and it could have been either side, and they got the power play after and scored right away. So there was games that turns that way, and there's other games that would have been on our side.
What did you guys love just to lose defensively tonight?
Yeah, we knew they were going to bring a lot of pucks to the slot and try to shoot. So that's exactly what we did, and we didn't close it properly, and they took advantage.
How much was the flow for you guys disrupted with the penalties along the way too tonight?
Yeah, we need to be way more disciplined. Obviously, need to be better on both special teams, power play, and penalty kill. So, like I said, we need to reflect on this game quick and be ready for tomorrow night.
I think, execution. You got to make sure that they're a team that's really strong on the forecheck, and when you start turning pucks over in your own zone, and it can shift the momentum at times, and you just got to make sure that we're all, as a unit of five playing playing all over the ice together. And I thought we didn't do a good enough job getting pucks out of our zone, and then sometimes it's just making the simple plays because they're aggressive all over the ice, so just trying to get more pucks behind them.
You had the review go against you, and then they scored on the power play. How much did that shift momentum permanently in this one?
You don't want it to, but those are tough calls sometimes out of your hands. I thought it was a good challenge by us. I didn't see, from my vantage point, the replays we saw, I didn't think he took him down. But that's regardless. You can't worry about it. You got to get ready for your next shift, and they're a team that plays fast. Like I said, they're deep pinch, their D are up the ice. We just I didn't think did good enough job executing and making it harder on them.
Just 2 weeks defensively, it seemed like they had a lot of quality chances.
Yeah, they did. Like I said, just making sure that we play within our structure. And that's in the defensive zone, neutral zone, everywhere. Not giving them odd man rushes and odd man breaks. We're a team. When we execute, we can play at a high level. And a team against a team that is as aggressive as Carolina is, if you can loosen them up and get pucks behind them and get out of your zone clean, then it's going to be an advantage us for sure.
Yeah, Bill was a good friend. Bill was a great man, great hockey man. I loved being part of the Griffins, cared deeply about the organization and the players. Been around hockey going back to the days in Kalamazoo in the IHL with Ken Hitchcock and a bunch of people. He had an unreal amount of experience. I would pick his brain a ton when I was down there. He was just a really great person, and he didn't deserve this. He deserved to keep living. So it's a sad day for sure.
Video coach for it?
Yeah, he was my video coach while we were down there, and we had a lot of fun times. And again, somebody that is going to be super lost. He was somebody that a lot of people loved within the organization.
Just that challenge seemed to kind of turn things. What did you, I mean, in hindsight?
Well, it's a 2-goal swing, so it certainly turned it on that. You win the challenge, it's a tie game. You lose the challenge, you don't kill the penalty. Now they're up 2. 2 things I'd say. One, we can kill the penalty. Like, that's one thing. Like, if you kill the penalty, you don't think much about it. You know, we felt. I mean, when you go to make those decisions, you got to feel like the call on the ice was dead wrong in a sense of. That there was goalie interference. That's what we felt. So we made the decision. You know, it's obviously a hard rule for the consequence of the penalty because of the fact that it's a gray rule. And you know, I came back in between periods and honestly felt like we were right to challenge it. And I think it's one that you know, I think there was some belief that our guy bumped their player into him. I looked at it again. Their guy takes a lane through the blue and stays in the blue, and our guy's there, but I don't think there's much contact at all. But again, that's what happens with a gray rule and that kind of consequence. It's really, really difficult. You know, the odds of taking a goal off compared to the odds of killing a penalty, when you think it's close, it is still at times worth it because the taking the goal off, you know, you're going to kill the penalties around 80% of the time. So it was unfortunate for us, and it was a bad swing for us.
Too loose defensively tonight too? I mean, do you think you were getting those quality chances tonight? Or?
Well, I mean, we got chances for sure. You know, it became I mean, both teams competed really hard. It became a bit of a track meet back and forth. They play that way a little bit. You know, they're very, very aggressive, and so if you can get pucks behind them, you're going to get chances that kind of went back and forth. We weren't good enough defensively for sure. We had too many, I would say, individual errors, and then we weren't hard enough around our net. You know, we know that they like to get pucks around the cage, and they win those battles around the cage, and we just weren't good enough in that area. So for sure, we got to be better defensively. We competed hard, but in the end, it's not good enough.